First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and highest honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahashamar Hakdash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect of the Hebrew Israelites. This is the brother Arake coming back with another lesson. And the name of this one is A Pattern of Good Works. Okay, which the point is at verse 7, but I'm going to start from the Titus 2nd chapter, the first verse. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Okay, so we cannot just be saying whatever, we have to speak according to the doctrine of truth. It's not no freestyling in the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures say that these are not of private interpretation. Okay, so yes, of course you can, as Apostle Edward Taha says, you can qualify scriptures, you can use them in a different sense, but you cannot just say, for example, that Babylon in the book of Revelation is talking about Vatican out there in Rome. That's a private interpretation, and that's going off. Okay, that's taken away from the scripture and adding to the scriptures. Okay, so you cannot do that. The scriptures say, sound doctrine. Okay, 2 Peter 1:20, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. So pretty much you cannot just be, as Bishop Nate, you cannot be just, swinging it, just coming up with shit, just, saying shit, and then, reverting it after some months and then just, saying some more madness. And now you have to be accountable with, you have to be accountable with your words in this truth. Okay, so verse 2, that in Titus 2:2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. Okay, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Okay, which is gonna say here in verse 4, they're not supposed to teach men, but women, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. And why I laughed is because you see how far that is from the women of today. They're not, looking to be discreet, modest, keepers at home, good. Most definitely not trying to be obedient to their own husband. Okay, the scriptures speak about our our wife being harlot in the city. So hey, you know what it is, man. Okay, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Okay, so you see, let's look up some words, and I'm gonna keep this a quick one. The phrase just came to my mind, pattern of good works, because this is what we gotta show in this truth, not to men, but to the Most High and His Son, that sincerity is when no one is watching, and then it's gonna also be evident to anybody watching that you're on fire in this truth, man. Okay, when you are showing a pattern of good works, in dealing with brothers, that you speak the truth, that you sincere with brothers, that you wish for the best, you know, that you you know, just deal righteously with each other, you know, just not being a ninja, you know, not being a nigger. Okay. You know, Titus 2 and 7. So the word pattern is typos. It says the mark of a stroke or blow. Print a figure formed by a blow or impression of a figure or image. Okay, it says form an example. An example to be uh, imitated. Okay, of men worthy of imitation. Okay, so hey, if we try to be as an apostles, you know, they show a pattern of good works. Hey, being that's powerful. Okay, being on fire 40 years, 35 years, 30 years, you know, that's what we aspire to be like. That's a pattern of good works. Okay, the second Ezra speak about those men that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, it says here in a doctrinal sense of a type, i.e. a person or thing, prefiguring a future messianic person or thing. Okay, let's look up the word good and then works. Hey, it's good to go to the root word, man. You know, it's good to go to the original language of Greek and Hebrew. Okay, good, it means beautiful, handsome, excellent, eminent, choice, surpassing, precious, useful, suitable. Hey, we try to be suitable workers for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Commendable, admirable, beautiful to look at, shapely. Hey, the scriptures speak about how beautiful are the feet of them that you know, speak the gospel of truth, man. Okay, genuine, upright, approved, precious. A. Joined to names of men designated by their office, competent, able, such as one ought to be, praiseworthy, noble. Okay, we are supposed to show a pattern of these good works, an example of these you know, morally good, noble, honorable works. Okay, and then let's look up the word work, because Yahushua said that he came to do his father's will, okay, and to finish his work, okay. My meat is to do the will of my father and to finish his work. That was his job, to do the will of the Father Yahweh and to finish the work. Okay, and work. It's okay, that word good, it was kalos, and the word works is ergon. Okay, it means business, employment, that which one is occupied. Hey, we are, hey, that's that word business, but hey, we have been employed, you know, we are employees of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And I remember, it has to be over a year ago, I was speaking with the brother of GMS Italy, the brother Yariala, camp leader over there, which I was saying something that, you know, I'm not, I was saying either that I'm not reading enough, or, you know, I should be making videos going into, you know, breakdowns of chapters, but I haven't been, you know, active with it. You know, I haven't been, you know, doing the studies enough to then make these lessons. And he said that, you know, this is your work, you know, even it's a job, you know, it's a job, you know. Of course, not every time you feel like going to job or to do the work, but it's just, you just have to, you know, set your mind to do it and then do it. Okay, it's your job. Okay, it says here business, employment, that which one is occupied. Okay, we have been given these talents, so now we have to work. Okay, get down for your crown, you know. We have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. Which I want to see what word was used in that scripture where it says work out your own salvation. If it's that same word ergon or if it's something else. So let's go to Philippians 2 and 12. Work out, it's different word. It's that's a long word, man. Katergazomai, which means to perform, accomplish, achieve, to work out, to do that from which something results, of things bring about, result in, to fashion, i.e. render one fit for a thing. Okay, so it means to perform, accomplish our salvation with trembling, okay, which comes, okay, through faith, okay. You know, faith and these good works, they are connected, okay. Going back to the word ergon, it means that which one undertakes to do, enterprise, undertaking, okay. And as it says in the first word, you know, business. This is a business. You have to see it as, you know, growing a business. You know, you cannot take days off. You cannot take, if you're a business owner and you take, let's say you have your own restaurant and you're just the only person working at the restaurant. If you take a week off, your restaurant is closed for a week. Okay? And there are some, you know, businesses, especially normally at the starting point, where if you don't work for a day, you go bankrupt. You know, it's just that you just continuously have to keep on grinding. You know, it's a moment that if you don't work for 4 or 5 days, after that your finances are gonna get messed up. Okay, or you may be at the point of you know, lift off with your business, you know, just beginning and stuff, and you notice that you have to make these long hours, long days, and if you don't do it, the business would not survive. You know, it would actually die off. So we see it the same way. You know, we have to keep on pushing, and this way we can be able to, you know, stand strong in this truth. You know, this way, Lord willing, we can be able to endure. Okay, be able to remain in this truth until Yahushua arrives. Okay, any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, industry, or mind, an act, deed, thing done. The idea of working is emphasized in opposition to that which is less than work. Okay, so let me look at some of these scriptures. Matthew 5:16, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 11 and 12, now when John had heard in the prison of the works of Yahushua, he sent 2 of his disciples. Okay, we have to show a pattern of good works. Matthew 23 and 3, all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Okay, going to the wicked scribes and Pharisees, how they are hypocrites. Okay, so works is pretty much, you know, anything that you do. Okay, it's pretty much what you do with your time. Okay, Matthew 23 and 5, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broader phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments. Can't say. We have to show a pattern of good works, man. You know, consistency will lead to salvation for those who are of the elect, you know, of them being consistent. You know, showing a pattern of good works. Okay, having a good report. Okay, then, you know, if you do it towards Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in sincerity also, and any and everybody is also going to notice it as well. Okay, so that's just how it goes. But what we have to focus on is pleasing Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, living according to his work and his word, Salakia, and after that the blessings will follow. Okay, so Lord, bringing this video was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praise, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham HaKadosh, double honor to the elders and pastors of Great Millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect, Shalom.